Hello and welcome to NBA Talk with Jordan Valdez. First thing we got is today's matchups, and our first matchup is it's actually a three-way matchup, um, which I've never done before. Um, but this is a question that Miami Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra has been faced with all year long, and the matchup here is Joel Anthony versus Zydrunas Ilgauskas versus Eric Dampier. Now, those are the three starting centers for the Heat, and at times Eric Spoelstra uses one, then he uses another, then he uses a different one. They almost never have the same starting center for even a week. Um, so I find that very odd, first of all, and you think that a team might play better if they had a more steady lineup that doesn't rotate so much. But um, Joel Anthony, he's only 6'9", but so he's a little bit undersized, but he can dunk really well. Um, he's a great rebounder. One time he had 16 rebounds, but he had 0 points. I remember that. And he's just really he's strong. He's really strong. And that's I think that's what the Heat like about him. Now Zydrunas Ilgauskas, he's tall. He's 7'2", but he's not near the basket as much because he can shoot so well. Those mid-range jumpers just come to him, and he's really good at knocking those down. So he's probably their best shooter out of these three guys. And then Eric Dampier, who was traded for later in the season. He wasn't with them at the beginning of the season, but they got rid of Jerry Stackhouse to get him because they thought they needed another center, and he wasn't too bad for them. He didn't start nearly as much as Joel Anthony and Zydrunas Ilgauskas did, just because he just because he joined the Heat later, but he's a very good player. I like him a lot. He can rebound. He can score a little bit. He does a little bit of everything at the paint and at the posts. I'm gonna give this matchup to Zydrunas Ilgauskas just because not only is he tall, so he can grab rebounds, but he can shoot as well. So I'm gonna give this matchup to Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Our next matchup is Ronny Turiaf versus Jason Collins. Um, Ronny Turiaf is the starting center for the New York Knicks. He's just okay. They really should probably get another more better center if they really want to compete at a little bit higher level than they are. You know, they were the sixth seed in the playoffs this year, swept by Boston in the first round of the playoffs. Um, Ronny Turiaf, yeah, he's just an okay center. They really should get a better one. Jason Collins, he typically comes off the bench for the Atlanta Hawks. However, Coach Larry Drew puts him in the starting lineup to when they're playing teams with taller centers than Al Horford, because Al Horford is a little bit undersized. He's really a power forward. He's a little bit undersized to be defending taller centers. So Larry Drew puts Jason Collins in to defend them. Now, Dwight Howard and Stan Van Gundy, I can't remember which of them actually said it, but one of them said that Jason Collins plays played harder and tougher defense on Dwight Howard than any other center did the entire 2010-2011 season. Now that is a very big compliment to a player that doesn't get off the bench very much unless he's starting. So I'm going to give this matchup to Jason Collins for that reason because he played such good defense on Dwight Howard during our season regular season game, late regular season game against the Hawks and the Magic. Um, so I'm gonna give this matchup to Jason Collins. He also played pretty good defense in the playoffs. Obviously, Larry Drew's focus in the playoffs when Atlanta was playing the Magic was to let Dwight Howard score as much as he wanted to. Obviously, I think at the beginning of that series, Jason Collins' defense was lacking there, but I think by the end of the series, even though Larry Drew insisted not to double team Dwight Howard, Jason Collins single coverage was about as good as you can. It was about as good as you can get uh, on Dwight Howard. Next, let's go to NBA headline. Uh, New Orleans Hornets forward David West to be a free agent. And that's a question mark. Thank you for watching NBA Talk with Jordan Valdez, and I will see you next time.